How we doing, everybody? You guys ready to turn up, have some fun? Okay, so one of the things that Chris was alluding to a lot, right? And he's framing up the value of confidence as well. A lot of times when you quit doing something, the reason you quit is because at some point along the journey you did what? You lost confidence. You failed to believe in yourself. So confidence is massively important. Massively important. Let me ask you a question. Is confidence a light switch? Like a gift? Like you either have it or you don't? What do you think? Raise your hand if you think that's confidence. Like you just got confidence. Good, right. It's a muscle, isn't it? It's developed, it's trained. Every day you have to bring in confidence. You have to foster it. You have to find it. And so today, I'm going to give you tools to do that, okay? But one of the things that I've found is, and it's even emotional thinking about it, but I lost my voice at one point. And I used to see here using my voice. But so many of us get our voices taken from us, right? Sit down, shut up, right? The names, shit for brains, moron, the beatings, the abuse. You start to lose your voice, right? Sit in class, raise your hand, be quiet. That's conditioning, programming. And then what do you think that leads to? You're stuck. Your energy's stuck. And if you feel depressed, it's because you can't express. The way you heal depression is you express your energy, yourself to the world. You share. That's your gift to the world. But how can you do that if you don't have a voice? Pain is part of it. The struggle is part of it. It's your mind and conditionings that tell you otherwise. The mind wants the easy path. Wants the quick dopamine hits, the distractions, complacency. But do you actually want that? Like the deeper part of you? If you were to build an avatar of the most incredible person, they're patient, they're loyal, they're determined, they're passionate. How the fuck do you think they got those things? Right? They went through shit. Right? That's what I'm sharing today, is my scars, my wounds. That's where I'm coming from, because that is the universal language. That's the only language we all speak. Feel that? The only language. So the more vulnerable we can be, the more connected we can be. All the fancy shit, forget about it. You don't connect over those things, right? It's your heart. Dig it? Okay, I'm going on a rant. I got to stay on track. All right, we're talking about confidence right now. All right. Okay, so pretty cool to do those exercises, right? You can do those on your own. It's just a good practice. There's more of those things. Like I said, I do those with my kids, okay? You guys, some of you guys at some of my breathwork events, you've seen where I brought my kids up and had them use their voice in front of everybody. And then I take them home and I go, hey, who in your grade is doing that in front of a room full of adults? They're like, no one. I'm like, yeah, no one, right? Dig it? Okay, so tip number one for confidence. First of all, I'm going to tell you a story about myself, okay? Because you might be assuming, like, oh, fucking Troy can come up here and talk and all this stuff. The first speech I did, I got invited to go to the Kiwanis Club. Anybody know what the Kiwanis Club is? Yeah. They're like local chapters. Okay, they invited me down. I think there's 8 people in the room. So I wrote down this list of like talking points. I'd never done a speech before, but it was something I wanted to do, okay? So I get down there and I'm reading off my list, and I'm literally like reading off it. I remember being so scared. I was like hiding. Right? Like I'm like behind the podium reading to like this. I'm like, oh, this and this. And I remember them like helping me out. Like, yes, your attitude can be your altitude. I'm like, yeah, see? So I'm hiding away, right? I leave there, I get in my car, I look in the rearview mirror at my own eyes, and I'm like, I literally say out loud, that was horrible. That was horrible. I laugh at myself. I'm like, all right, Troy, you can never do that again, and that's okay. Life will be fine. Or you can go right back into it and get better. Which one do you think I chose? Got better. Right, yeah. And I share that because this shit ain't easy, right? It's been a climb the whole way. Okay, so the first thing I want you to understand about confidence is base your confidence on your intention, okay? On your intention and not what you have. Have you ever heard the phrase, you want to build a house on solid ground? Okay. If I build my confidence on my bank account, the car I drive, my looks, right? What else? my boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, right? How I fit in the PTA club, any of those things, right? What boards I'm on. That is sandy ground, okay? I'll break it down in a social situation. Imagine I'm coming into a place where I don't know anybody, and I walk in, I'm like, man, I want to like make sure I have like the smartest person there, I got the most money, I fucking look the best, right? Can I control any of those variables? No, okay? So coming to you guys today, I'm not focused on anything other than my intention. My intention is to help. My intention is to share. My intention is to make an impact in your life. The rest of it, I can't control. So can I base my confidence on my intention? Yes. So going back to a sporting event or a business event, right? My intention is to show up the best I can. That's all you can control. In a relationship, the best I can. Open heart. That's all I can control. You let go of the rest. Dig it? So your intention, number one. Number two is something Chris talked about, like self-image. So there's something called, very similar to that, right? It's called self-concept. And what you do is a lot of us look at the things we don't have. That's why we have news, right? All the fear, all this crap, right? But what I want you to do is construct your self-concept. This is very powerful, actually. And what you do is you grab all the things that you actually have shown yourself to be. So who here thinks you're like not a very funny person? Raise your hand. Don't be shy. Okay, I saw a hand go up and it went up like this, okay? All right. So I would ask you the question, is there any point in your life where you have actually been funny? You made people laugh? Yes? Of course there is, okay? So you can be funny, can't you? Okay? So we take that and go, I can be funny, right? Have you been a determined person? Yes, I've been determined. Have you been loyal? Have you been resilient? Okay? And you just keep going. And you grab those things and you literally bring them into your meditation, into your journey. And you only stare at those things. I am these things. I am these things. Okay? Before I come and do this, I go from like taking a nap at noon to like I'm the fucking man by the time I walk in here. Right? But it's because I'm grabbing this stuff. Okay? I have to bring that energy. If I came up here and I was like, okay guys, like you want to really think about your intention. Okay, intention, right? It sounds like your school teacher, you'd fall asleep, right? Okay? So we have to construct it. We build it through our self-concept. Dig it? Okay. Something else called the winner effect. Anybody heard of that? Okay. So it's called stacking your wins. Again, the mind wants to look at our shortcomings, what we don't have. So we have to retrain that. It's a part of your brain called the RAS system, the reticular activating system, okay? So it's like, you know when you buy a new car, like you've never seen that car before, and all of a sudden you buy it and you see it everywhere, right? So I want you to do that with your wins. So what you do is you start small, okay? Like if you're really, really starting small, struggling right now, make your bed, write it down, okay? Then you eat a decent breakfast. I ate a decent breakfast, okay? And then you do 5 minutes of breath work. I did 5 minutes of breath work. Okay, those may seem small, but I promise you, you do that for 30 days, the quantity will grow and also the quality will grow, okay? This event is called Own Your Destiny. I'm not shitting you when I say these things can alter your life course and therefore your destiny. Start seeing yourself as a winner, right? And why not? Why not? You're gonna die. You're going to fucking die. I'm going to be hammering that home later on, by the way, okay? Okay? But the time is now. Why not? Why not? Why not? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? We never compare. We only observe. Dig it? Never compare. And it's hard because we have social media. It's in your face. Remember, those are highlight reels, right? We never compare. Ever. What is that doing when I compare? Minimizing you. Absolutely. What else? What was it?
Stealing your ability.
What was it?
Stealing your ability.
Stealing, yes. Because you're saying, I can't have that. I can't be that. Why would you do that to yourself? Says who? False image. Yeah, I should be this. Who says? Yep, who says? We're going to talk about that later too. Let me ask you this. Imagine for a second, like seven-year-old you. Can you do that for me? And now I want you to look at him or her and imagine saying, you can't ever do that. How's that feel? How's that feel? But you're doing it to yourself right now. You're doing it to yourself right now. Stop. Dig it? Stop. Just let go. Whatever has to be or who you become, let it go. It'll be dope. It'll be epic. It'll be special. Cool? You guys digging it? Hitting the heart? Okay. We have to reframe failures and setbacks. What is a failure? That's it. Yeah, it's just a lesson, right? Like failure of whose path? Like, I'll share more, maybe I'll unpack more. I got many failure stories, so we could just jump in anywhere. I'll tell you one of them, right? But I mean, at one point I built a fitness empire in my 20s, okay? And I opened 3 locations, okay? Andrew, you remember that. You trained there, right? Okay, 3 locations. I'm in my 20s, buy a condo on the golf course. I'm driving a BMW. I'm speaking at industry events. And a lot of it was, because I later went to college, but I didn't choose to go to college at a high school because I didn't think I could, right? Remember all those conditionings I had? I'm like, oh, this ain't me. I can't do that. So a lot of it was a fuck you, right, to other people. But you can't build anything sustainable from that energy. And so 2009, recession hits, and I lose everything. Everything, right? And I let that beat me up for years. Because I looked at it as, guilt says I did something wrong. Shame says something is wrong with me. So I thought, well, what is wrong with me? What's wrong with you that you could do that you could let that happen? 7-year-old Troy. How sad, right? Finally, going into healing and going, dude, look who that helped you become. Look at the courage it took to do that. Look at all the people you connected. Look at the love. And I literally saw like this line of love. I see it right now. It's everybody in this room. We're all bound by love. That's what will go on after this life, right? Oh. So I changed that story. Changed that shitty-ass story, right? And we got a whole bunch of them. You are perfectly imperfect. That's what's up. You don't have to be perfect. Your flaws are what make you human. The only thing that's good at being perfect is a robot. You ain't no robot, are you? Dig it?